Yo, what is up, Wet Army, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single tank in War Tycoon for you guys. And helping me out is Anthony, because he has every single tank unlocked, including the ones you have to purchase. So, he's going to be in this video. Shout out to him. I'm going to put whatever he wants shout out in the description. But let's go ahead and get into this review. So starting off with the first tank, which is called the
Sherman.
It's called the Sherman. And this tank has a rocket, a gun, and a little zoom in feature. Nothing really too special about this. It's a very slow tank, a very small target, but definitely easy to hit for the larger tanks. I'm guessing that this is terrible for going up hills. Yeah, definitely not a great tank to go up hills at. Literally just a beginner tank, so obviously this is the worst one in the game, and there's nothing else to say about this. It just is not a good tank. Moving on to the next one. Alright, so the next tank is the T-72, and looking at it from the outside, it does have a pretty cool camo, and it has a gun right here. I'm guessing that's to drive it. So let's go ahead and look at this. There is a little passenger seat. Oh, you have a gun as well. Nice. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I do have a missile on this, armored missile, and I can shoot at people. The cool thing about this one is you do get some clouds, a little bit of smoke around you. It's not that great because you're such a big target, I mean, that you can't really like get out of the smoke without being hit or without being seen. So I really don't know why they added smoke in the first place, because like look how big we are compared to the smoke. We're literally like staining the entire thing. It'd be very easy to hit us. Another thing that's cool about this is you don't have the zoom in feature, but I'm pretty sure that's for all tanks. Overall, this is definitely better than the first one, but definitely not the best tank in the game. Moving on to the next tank. Alright, so the next tank is the M3 Bradley, and as you can see, it's pretty compact, pretty tactile. It does have this little rocket thing on the side. Oh shoot, that's what it's for. So this little rocket thing, are these controlled rockets?
Yes.
Alright, so these rockets, you just aim them at something, they turn green, and then you fire them, and they literally like attack them, and controlled, they basically like launch on that target without you having to aim at them specifically. And a cool thing about this is you get two types of bullets. You get the explosive bullets, which explode upon hitting anything, and then the regular ones. And testing this out, pretty easy to kill anyone. Dude was just flooding. And then we do have these rockets, two of them, as well as the smoke screen, and as usual we have the zoom in feature, which is good for hitting like small targets like people. And that's pretty much it. This tank is definitely above the other one, and definitely the best one I've reviewed so far, but each tank I'm reviewing has different sets of challenges, and it's really all about grinding to get these. But moving on to the next one. Moving on to the next tank, we have the Leopard 2A7, and from the outside this tank does look pretty cool. It does look like the second one reviewed, kind of. But the cool thing about this one is there's a little gun right here, and can you actually go in this as a passenger and shoot? By being a passenger. Oh yeah, so that gun is controlled by the passenger. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure what the trigger is or how it's firing and everything, but you do get a rocket as well as bullets to fire people, and you do get a cloud of smoke. And I'm pretty sure this is a pretty fast tank, right?
Yeah.
This thing is very like mobilized. You can definitely move it around the map a lot quicker than the others. But unlike the last one, it doesn't have controlled rockets. So in my opinion, the last one was definitely better, and that one was the M3 Bradley. But I think it's up to personal preference whether you want to be faster or whether you want to take down people. But moving on to the next tank. Alright, so the next tank is the Maul. This thing is pretty wide, but the good thing about it is it does have two missiles, so you get to shoot twice real quick. And that's cool because if you just have one, it takes a lot to reload, but if you have two, you can just go missile, bullets, missile, and then your other one will be reloaded by the time you're done using the bullets. It's kind of slow, I will say. Definitely a big target. I still think that the M5 Bradley was better than this, just because it has two controlled rockets, and you don't have to switch in between them. You can literally just fire them right away. And it's pretty slow, pretty large target, as I said. Nothing else really to say about this. Let's move on to the next tank. Alright, so moving on to the next tank. This is the M1 Abrams, and it does have two guns on it, right? 2 people can use the guns.
Yes.
Nice. So look at that right there. We have 2 of these little gunners, so 2 passengers can get in and use them. We do have a rocket as well as bullets right here. And let's check. The speed is actually pretty quick on this thing. It's not that slow. And I think this is really a tank for when you're with other people, because as mentioned, it does have the 2 things on the top. If you're by yourself though, I still think that the M5 Bradley is definitely a little bit better, because those controlled rockets are just so good at hitting targets easily and literally not having to do any work. But it does have some smoke as well that will help, you know, counter enemies and defend yourself a little bit. Anyways, yeah, pretty much just like a team tank sort of. If there's a lot of people online that you know, you can definitely pull this baby out and it'll be fun for y'all. But moving on to the next tank. Alright, moving on to the last tank in the game. Now this one is officially pay to win. So my final rankings are pretty much that I think the M5 is probably one of the best tanks to use by yourself. And the last one I reviewed, aka I think it was the Moss. Wait, what was the last tank I reviewed that was free to play?
M1 Abrams.
So the Abrams is definitely good to use with friends, but I'm pretty sure that the M5 is the best one to use solo, because it does have that 2 controlled rockets. And this one is the, what is this tank?
Abrams X.
This tank is the Abrams X, and you have to pay. How much is it? How much?
1,500 Robux.
1,500. So you're paying like $15 for this tank, and for that price, you're getting mobility, you're getting attack, you get a rocket, explosive ammo. And you also do get a javelin on this to shoot at ground vehicles, which is pretty cool. And you also do get smoke as well as a zoom-in thing. Now for $15, do I think this is worth it? Definitely not. The other tanks are very similar and very decent to use. Obviously this one's gonna win in the battle because it is pay to win. But if you actually know how to use a tank very well and you hit your target every single time, then there is a chance of you surviving this bad boy. However, my final rankings are going to be that the M5 Bradley is the best to use solo, and then the tank I reviewed before this one is the best to use with your teammates, because you do get those 2 miniguns on top of it. And for this one, it's the overall best tank, but it is pay to win. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!